Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. I'm the author of Heal Yourself, A Return to Wholeness, the Integration of Body, Mind, Soul, and Spirit, available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. I'm also the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love, available in all 3 formats. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, life path and purpose, twin flame romance, all kinds of readings. You can book it at my website, fondinwellness.com. We are in the midst of doing Twin Flame Divine Feminine Boot Camp number 1 and number 2. Number 2 is the healing. You can check out the links below to register and start your course on demand. This is the weekly Twin Flame Tarot reading, messages for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, and the couple. Today is Monday, October 12th, 2020. This message is good for a week. And I'm just going to get an energetic update for you guys. I am here in the sweat box. That is my recording space. And I say that because while things cooled down a little bit in SoCal, things have heated back up. And in fact, did you know that sweat box is actually a term that filmmakers, and especially, I know this because I read Walt Disney's story, Walt Disney, they used to preview their animation in a enclosed closet with lights in order to accurately see the animation as it was progressing. And because this was viewed in closets, they called it the sweat box. And that's what I actually feel like here. So we're going to say a prayer over the cards. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, archangels, angels of God, twin flames, guardian angels, let this reading be of the highest light and love of God the Father. Let it bring light, love, and truth to everyone involved. Archangel Michael, stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. Please give us messages first for the Divine Feminine, Divine Feminine's guardian angels. What do Divine Feminines need to know for this week starting Monday, October 12th, 2020? And we're going to get a message here from the Angel Tarot deck for Divine Feminines. And we're using the Archangel Michael Oracle deck. Archangel Michael is a wonderful archangel to work with. Archangels can be in various places at the same time. So you can call upon Archangel Michael for strength, protection, casting away lower energies, fears, anxieties. And we're going to get a message for Divine Masculines. Divine Masculines, guardian angels, what do Divine Masculines need to know to learn and grow for this week? Starting October 12th, 2020, we're going to get that message for Divine Masculines. And Archangel Michael, what do you have to say to Divine Masculines for this week? Awesome. And we're going to get the Twin Flame couple. So Twin Flame couple, what do they need to know for this week? Starting Monday. Twin Flame angels, help us to understand what they need to know in this collective. I'm going to move the candles aside just a little bit to create some space for the cards. Archangel Michael, what does the Twin Flame couple need to know to learn and grow together? And we're going to get a romance message here. Romance angels, help Twin Flames to understand the romance message for this week. And message of love, message of love. We're going to get that to enhance or slightly change the meaning of the romance energy. We're going to see what this means. Romance energy between twin flames. And now we're going to get the Hidden Truth Oracle messages from Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine. If they could say anything that is in their heart this week, what would those Divine Masculines say to their Divine Feminines this week? Hopefully, a lot of those Divine Masculines are stepping forward and actually saying things to their Divine Feminines. Let's begin with the beautiful goddesses. Oh, we really got this beautiful Queen of Earth energy. What a wonderful energy to be in, Divine Feminines. This is a time of manifestation for you, as many of you have experienced. It's also a time where you're balancing being caring to yourself and being caring for others. It also means that while you might have all of your ducks in a row emotionally and feel very stable, and you feel like your life is finally advancing in the right direction. It means try to be understanding towards your divine masculine in a way where you are walking a mile in their shoes, where you are allowing yourself to see how life might look on their side. This doesn't mean that you're being harsh. It just means that things are going so well for you in your life that sometimes you can be like, why aren't they getting their stuff together faster? What? So keep that in mind. There's a decision that you must make this week, Divine Feminines. You know what that decision is. What your guardian angels are asking you to do is just take your time to make the decision. Try to stay away from a rash decision this week. Take a step back, review everything about the decision that you need to make, and maybe sleep on it. That's the message that's coming through. Once you've assessed all the details of this decision that you must make this week, go ahead and sleep on it and then wait till the next day and then see how things unfold for you. And maybe it will be time then to actually make that decision. Let's go to Divine Masculines. We've got this 2 of Air energy for Divine Masculines, which, okay, this is what they're telling me. Divine Masculines guardian angels are telling me that this is between themselves. It's not a conflict with another person. It's between their subconscious mind and their conscious mind. So one of the unicorns for Divine Masculines this week is representing the subconscious mind, and the other unicorn is representing the conscious mind. And they are having a little battle with their subconscious mind and their conscious mind, and they need to make a decision as to whether or not they're willing, because it's always free will choice, they're willing to rectify what's happening in their subconscious with what's happening in their conscious mind. And sometimes we can be at odds with ourselves, where our subconscious mind is telling us one thing, but in the real world, consciously, we're actively doing something against what our subconscious mind is telling us to do. So this is really a time for Divine Masculines to rectify both of those things and bring them together, because Archangel Michael says, you have created this situation and you have the power to change it. You created this situation and you have the power to change it. I believe that as they are moving into the higher spiritual level, they need to mean what they say and say what they mean. That's what's coming through. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And if they haven't not done this in the past, their guardian angels are asking them to do this, saying, in the past, you've had this conflict with what is in your subconscious mind and what is in your conscious mind. And we're asking you to not procrastinate any longer, but to rectify those two things so that they are the same. So what's happening in your subconscious mind needs to follow through into action, into conscious awareness, into your conscious mind, so that you can be matched. You can be the same person subconsciously or consciously. You're the exact same person. It's not as if you are saying one thing, doing another thing, or doing one thing and thinking one other thing. You know, it's everything has to be meshed together. And Archangel Michael saying, hey guys, it's within your power to change that. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's time. It's time for you to rectify both so that the way you're living subconsciously and the way you are living consciously are exactly the same. And it's cool. It's cool to be empowered, Divine Masculines, because it feels better, right? Because when you're living subconsciously and consciously two different things, it can drag you down because it feels like you're not moving forward with your life. There's always some kind of tracks you're having to cover because you're not walking your talk in every way possible. For the twin flame couple, I'm actually I do this, I don't think I've ever done this for the couple tarot card. I'm actually going to ask for a justification card for the tarot card that came up for the couple, because with the Archangel Michael message, I'm not really sure what this has to do with. I have a feeling what it has to do with, but let's ask the twin flame angels for clarity on this message for the twin flame couple for this week. What is the clarity message? Okay, we have got the Page of Earth and the Emperor card together. There we go. This is the Divine Masculine, and this is another person. The first thing that came to me was that this was a person, a younger person. Now, it could be a wife, an ex-wife, a child, like a daughter of the Divine Masculine. And there is something that has been holding them back. Now, we have seen this female issue with a mother or a wife, girlfriend, ex-wife with Divine Masculines for a while now. And the message that's coming through is, so we got the Divine Masculine card with admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. And this is about the Divine Masculine having to make that decision, again, to rectify between their conscious mind and their subconscious mind about the twin flame connection. And some of them have been hiding behind this other person. Like I said, I'm seeing it could be a child, like a daughter, in that they have been perhaps using the excuse of coming back together with their Divine Feminine because of, well, my child needs this attention. I need to spend weekends with my child. I don't know if I'm ready to dive into a long-term relationship with somebody because of this. But I also see that they have been looking, because, okay, let me just say this right now. There has been, for many Divine Masculines, there's been a large age gap between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. And oftentimes, if you're Divine Feminine, write this in the comment section. Oftentimes, the Divine Feminine's a bit older than the Divine Masculine. When I say a bit older, I'm talking about 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years older. And Divine Masculine has been consistently trying to find somebody who's younger than them. And this is this person. I keep seeing this person as someone who is a lot younger. That is the feminine person that's in the way, and that's the Divine Masculine. And I'm just seeing that they have been trying to make it work with somebody younger, and really trying in earnest to make it work, or try to like find somebody younger, or try to make it work with somebody younger, because they just feel like, oh, if they are a guy, and I think this is mostly the Divine Masculines that are men, they're thinking like, oh, well, in order for this to work out, I'm a man, the woman needs to be younger than me or the same age as me, but certainly not like 8 to 12 years older than me. And they've been trying to make it work with this younger person, and it's just not working. It's just not working. And the thing is, like, it's not resonating with them. This younger woman or younger women, depending on if they've been dating, are just not resonating with them. And it's just, everything that keeps happening is it keeps going wrong. And it's just, it's this macho type, and I'm not saying they're macho, but it's this macho type attitude saying, I need to be with a woman who's a lot younger because that's just the way things are done. Like, it's very unconventional to be with a woman who is older, and it hasn't been working. So there are two scenarios for these Divine Masculines. One, it's a child, it's a daughter in particular who is holding them back from the connection with their twin flame. And then the second scenario is that there is this younger woman or women that they've been trying to date or dating or being in a relationship with, and they know it's not working out. They know that they're just attracted to their Divine Feminine who's older. They're attracted to a more mature woman who has her stuff together, and they don't like the drama of this younger person. They don't like the matching of this younger person because it's just not meshed with who they are as a person. But they have to overcome the notion that I must be with someone younger. And so that's kind of what a few of them are getting over. I'm not saying this is for the whole collective. I'm just saying that this is for a portion of the collective that falls into this category, that they've been trying to logically think their way through this, and it just doesn't work. And it's fine, but we've seen the problem with that feminine energy thread throughout. Like I said, there's just this real issue with this. And it's admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. I feel like this is just your angel's divine masculine saying, guys, cut it out. Like, cut it out. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. Like, you don't choose the person you fall in love with. It's just the love chooses you. So just knock it off. I mean, that's a silly reason to keep searching for somebody else's age difference. Like, souls have no age. And because this is the age of Aquarius, this is the age of the divine feminine rising in order to match divine masculine energy. And that's really what's happening. We are shifting paradigms. We're changing paradigms in this new era. Those outdated concepts of the woman must be younger than the man or the same age, or like it's more common, for example, for an older man to date a younger woman, or it's more common in general, if there is a 10 to 20 year age gap, for it to be the man who's older and the woman who is younger. And as divine feminines, as a collective, as an earthly universal shift, what we are shifting to is that all of those old outdated paradigms that were based on masculine superiority have been completely shattered, including this last bit of what some of these divine masculines are holding on to, that it just doesn't calculate. It doesn't make sense that the woman that I am falling in love with is older than me, or that much older than me. Like, that does not jive with me. So it is what it is. They're obviously struggling with this decision, but and that's why they're battling, a lot of these guys, that's why they're battling with their conscious and subconscious mind. They're battling with that because their subconscious mind is telling them, look, you care for this divine feminine, you love her, you want to be with her, what is wrong with you? And their conscious mind is going, I gotta search for this younger person, like this is where it's supposed to be at. And they're completely ignoring their inner voice. And so the thing is, Archangel Michael is saying really loud and clear, both for the divine masculine and for the couple's energy, is like, look, it's time. Like, you created this, you did this, you didn't obey what heaven's messages were being sent to you. Like, you did not obey God's word that said you are to be with this person. Like, you're trying to circumvent it and it's just not working. So admit it to yourself. Admit to yourself that it's not working. So it really follows, because the romance message follows this logic in that the chemistry in apology, which means that that's what I was saying. You can't choose who you fall in love with. You absolutely can't choose who you fall in love with. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. Love chooses you. And the chemistry that's there, that is between twin flames, is just astronomical. Like, you cannot have better chemistry than twin flames have chemistry, because you're the same soul. So they know, both parties know, that the chemistry is just out of this world, incredible. So you can, divine feminines, expect to hear an apology from the divine masculine, that they're going to come to their senses and go, you know what, I've been chasing this other thing, and I understand now that I can't deny the chemistry between us. I can't deny the connection between us. It's nuts, you guys. I don't know. They've grown. They really have. They've grown. And both parties have grown. I'm not saying it. I'm not slamming divine masculines in the least. I'm not saying that. I'm not. I'm just saying that sometimes we as human beings, I'm not even saying divine masculine, divine feminine, sometimes as human beings, we want to hold on to these outdated paradigms. We really want to. We want to hold on to these old school notions of how the world works and how things should be. And even though it makes no logical sense to us, we just want to hold on to it. And that's part of the twin flame journey, is to let go of all that crap. You know, it's just crap. It's not real. What's real is what's beyond the physical. So, you know, here's the thing. DMs are very nostalgic. I pulled another message because I was wondering what this was all about. They're very nostalgic. They are kind of in this like self-pity mode in a way that is sort of like I know I screwed up. I know I did. I know I screwed up. I'm not sure how to rectify it now. I'm trying to figure out how to rectify the situation with my divine feminine. And, you know, I just don't know if I'm even worthy of them now. Because the first thing that came up is, I wonder if you're happy without me. That was the first thing that came up. Then they say, I wish I could take back my words. Because so many of them are like, I just want to be friends. This is nothing else. Or I just don't want to be anything with you. And here they're saying, so many things remind me of you. And it's nostalgia, right? It's nostalgia. It's like, they know they screwed up. They know that they were holding on to notions that were outdated. Like, that's basically it. They were holding on to these outdated notions, and they were closing you out. And now they're wondering, like, maybe my divine feminine is better off without me, when that's not true. And they know that's not true. They know that, like, this is a soul contract. This is a soul connection. So they know that it's not true, but they're just kind of like in that self-pity mode of like, oh yeah, I know I screwed up. I don't know what I'm going to do now to rectify this. But you will receive an apology, divine feminines, for sure. Like, they know they didn't act in a stellar way with you, but they do need, as they're moving forward, like I said, they're not moving forward with you. They are moving forward with you. Some of them are just holding on to some of the things from their past, including those notions. So it's not that they're not moving forward. They definitely are. I do feel that energy. I felt that energy very strongly. But the best way to be able to move forward successfully in any relationship situation is to rectify what is happening inside of you with what happens outside of you, with what happens in the subconscious and what happens with the conscious. That is the best way to move forward, because then there are no misunderstandings. The biggest misunderstandings come when there are one or both parties that are sending constant mixed signals because they're not rectifying things within themselves. That's the reason. It's because they're incongruent. And I speak about that a lot, especially in my boot camp. So I hope you got a lot out of this reading. Like I said, for the couples energy with that third party weirdness that's going on, I'm not saying that applies to everybody. I'm really not. I'm not saying it applies to everybody. It applies to many of you, but not everybody. If it's not the age difference with the divine masculine who's younger and trying to be with somebody who's younger, it's definitely the case for some, not all, of the kids getting in the way, or the daughter getting in the way of, you know, the daughter is the apple of the father's eye. And it's just like, I don't want anybody to come in between this relationship. And perhaps there's been like a divorce, and the time with that daughter is very precious, so they don't want to give that up. But as a result, they're not having a balanced life because they're not allowing things to move forward with a romantic relationship, in particular the twin flame relationship. So there's some of that confusing energy, but it overall, I don't think it's bad, because when you start to recognize what is holding you back, when you start to recognize the lack of congruency within yourself, that's actually when things can move forward. It's the ignorance of what's causing the problems that creates more problems. But if you become cognizant of the problem, then you can fix it. At least you have the ability to fix it if you know what it is. So I hope this helped for this week, you guys. Divine Feminines, whatever decision you're making, take your time. Take your time. Weigh things out carefully. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for sharing this video with others. And thank you for supporting this YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can also pledge your support on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin. And I'll see you in the next video.